Hi there, Facebook land and LinkedIn land and YouTube world. I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim.
We're from A Teague of Your Own. Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woo! It's truly amazing because today is show number 100.
How about that?
I know, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. You
And
made 99 before. Now
and now we're at 100.
It's weird how that works.
It's the amazing thing is if you go back and look at the very first show and compare it to now, you're going to see a big difference in the quality of the video because we didn't have the HD camera back then.
Okay.
You should hear a big difference in the quality and the sound because we
Okay.
didn't have the microphone back then.
Okay.
You're not going to notice any difference in your hairline.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
No, your hair has not
Even
changed
though
at all.
I've changed hairstyles like 5 or 6 times since we've been doing this.
But amazingly enough, it shows up exactly the same in every single
Money down the
show.
drain.
All that styling product and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, well,
Oh, well.
that's where our millions have gone.
But
right
you know,
there.
at least what we can say about it is it's consistent.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Ah.
Consistency. One of the things that cracks me up is every time you find out somebody has seen one of these shows, you're like,
Surprised.
yeah. And why is that?
I don't know. I just never think people are watching.
And yet
And
they
yet
are.
They are. Yeah.
There they are.
Right.
And I think part of it is because they know we're going to show up.
Yeah, that could be it.
They know that we're going to be there. And week in, week out, we have been here. It all started off as something to do during the shutdown
Mhm.
because, we were going to be shut down for 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
2 years later.
Here we are. Almost 2 years to the day.
Mhm.
We've got about 4 more weeks and then it'll be 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But here we are. And it's been a lot of fun. And the whole thing is we keep doing this every single week. Every week we're on here. We share some bits and pieces of information. I hope you find them useful, and that's the reason why you keep tuning in. But every week we are here. And I know a long time ago, somebody once said that if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow, especially online, if you want to grow social media, the way to do that is through consistency.
Yes.
So this is what we've been doing consistently. Every week we've been on here. And just in the past few months, we've added stuff. We now have guests,
Mhm.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. We've had villain hosts because
Yeah.
I was off doing some stuff for a while.
Yeah.
And then you're right, we've had guests.
And
And that's been interesting.
it is.
Yes, different, makes it different.
We've got several booked for the next few shows. Actually, we've got some booked, and it's fun because it brings a different aspect to it.
Mhm.
It brings a different spin to all of this. So that's always fun. But the whole reason why we're still doing this is because we still want to add value to all of you out there. And that's why we started this to begin with.
Yeah.
Was to be able to add value to people. When you think of consistency and you think of the law of consistency, in fact, you were just talking about this
Mhm.
with a group that we're doing training with.
Yep.
What happens when you start to compound that consistency?
Well, as I was going to say, when you start to, and you need to make sure that you are consistently consistent, not
Yeah.
consistently inconsistent, because there are people who are consistently
Yeah.
inconsistent. You can count on them that you have no idea what they're going to do. The idea is you want to be consistently consistent,
Mhm.
and it compounds. It's just like the concept in finance when it comes to earning interest. When you are earning interest, and it's compounded, that means you're earning interest on your interest, which means it grows exponentially.
Right.
Same thing with being consistently consistent. It grows exponentially. And when people realize that they can count on you, so they know when you show up, one that you're going to show up.
Yeah.
And two, that when you show up, they know that you're going to show up ready to go,
Mhm.
as opposed to, those people who are consistently inconsistent, where you have no idea from day to day which
Mhm.
version of them is going to show up. Sometimes it's Jekyll and Hyde,
Yeah.
and John and Joe and Bill, and all into one combo. And I'm sure you can all think of somebody that like that
Mhm.
you don't know from day to day
Who's going to show
who's
up?
going to show up.
Yeah.
You don't know which version of that person is going to show up. You don't know if they're going to show up. And, there's a lot of employers out here right now that are facing that, where they've got employees who are consistently inconsistent, and they don't know, are they going to be there? Sometimes it can be brand new people that have just been hired,
Yeah.
and you have no idea if they're
Yeah.
going to show up from one day to the next. And when they do show up, what kind of condition are they going to be in?
The other thing is, even if you're consistently bad, at least they know what to expect.
That's true.
If you're consistently inconsistent, they have no idea what
They have
to
no
expect.
idea what to expect.
So there's even, a small plug in there for at least being bad at what you do on a regular basis, because
Well, then there's hope that eventually you'll become
improve.
good at it.
Yeah, that you
So,
will improve
and,
over time.
And these days you can almost get by with being, consistently mediocre.
Yeah.
there are some folks who settle
Yeah.
for that at this point.
Yeah, I know right now, we've talked with several HR people, and they're pulling their hair out
They're going crazy.
trying to find people to
How do
fill
we get
jobs.
people to come in? How do we
Yeah.
get them to, show up?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing how some of these people, they get hired, and, within the first 2 weeks, they're already calling off, and
Mhm. It's
it's
crazy.
sad. It's crazy. It is. It's nuts.
I know. And the other thing is, how do you get people to be engaged in the workplace,
Yeah.
and to be happy and to be productive, and to really contribute on a regular basis, to be consistent with their contributions? And it's hard right now.
Well, some of it is moving beyond things like money. I think that's one of the
Mhm.
things that's happening is a lot of these HR folks, wages have gone up.
Mm.
And, in their minds, hey, if I'm paying somebody $15 an hour, $18 an hour, $20 an hour, wow, they should really be showing up and pumped up and ready
Yeah.
to go. And, problem is that $20 an hour is now buying, $18 an hour worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus take out the taxes and everything's maybe he's buying you $14 an hour worth of stuff. So money is not necessarily the main motivator.
No.
And this is the problem is, HR folks have to figure out
Yeah.
what can we do to get these people to come in and become consistently consistent.
Exactly. And when it comes to consistency, it's something that grows over time
Mhm.
too. You can't do something once or twice, 3 times, and say, all right, look, I'm consistent at this. No, this
No,
is something
it's
that takes time.
long-term.
Yes. And so that's the other thing is, you need to be in this for the long haul. You need to be committed to it. Consistency and commitment go hand in hand. They literally do, because you have to be committed to what it is that you're going to do.
Right.
And I think that's what happened with our show.
We're just consistently consistent.
Yes. And we're
Because we
committed to
keep
it.
showing up. We're committed to it. Yeah. Seems reasonable. As theories go, I like it.
Yeah. And now, as a viewer, you have no earthly idea what you're going to see when we do this, because
Well, I think after a while they start to figure out, about they have an idea. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, it's and you don't want it to be the same thing every time, because then
No.
it's boring.
Yeah.
So, in the case of what we're doing here with this, you do want to throw in some wrinkles
Yeah.
here and there to make it interesting. But when it comes to, again, doing a job, things like that, there, you do want to do more and figure out ways to, again, and that consistency should compound to where you are able to do more. You're able to produce more. That people are going to give you more to do because they can count on you to do it.
yes.
That if you say, yeah, I could do that, that you will actually take on the job, that you will do it. And so that will add up to more. And hopefully that's one of the things happening with us, is you talked about the different improvements and
Yeah.
things that happen, that hopefully we are adding more value over time as we go along.
Yeah, and I think the guests that we're bringing in, like I said, they add a different spin onto what it is
Yeah,
that
because this
we're
is a
doing.
fairly new wrinkle for us. So.
And I think that gives people some insight into this perspective that we may not necessarily have,
Mhm.
but also it gives you other options for people to be able to listen to. Every single person that we bring on here is somebody that we know, and it's somebody that we can say, yes, they've got a valid point here.
Right.
Um,
And there's somebody that's going to add value. They're going to
Yes.
add value too, in a different way than we can.
Yeah, so that's something to think about when you're taking a look at some of these shows that we're going to have coming up. It's not just going to be us telling you, you know, some of these concepts and some of these ideas. It's going to be other people, and the perspective that they have may be very different than the perspective that we have. It's still going to add value to you,
Sure.
and that's going to be the case no matter what.
And it's not going to be so different that it's not congruent with what we do.
No.
But it's going to be from a different perspective, a different point of view.
And I went through and we created a video, and if you're here on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, and even on YouTube, you can find it on our YouTube channel. There's a video of the first 99 shows that we did and pictures from all of them. What I thought was interesting is you don't have a whole big wardrobe.
No, I'm pretty simple in that regard.
The same shirt shows up multiple times.
Yeah. I got about 20 or so that I really like.
Yeah.
And I need to go get some more. I know that.
Like I said, your hair
Yeah, the hair is going to be consistent.
it
That's,
didn't change much.
no, once it's gone, it's gone. It's like Ollie's. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, when I was looking back at some of the topics that we covered, we did As a Man Thinketh,
Mhm.
and we did The Science of Getting Rich. I think we covered both of those last year.
We did.
And I think that would actually be kind of cool to do with a guest, because each chapter they're gonna bring in a different perspective of it than we do. Maybe
I don't know. We'll see.
we do that with Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right,
That means
so
everybody you bring in's got to actually read the chapter.
is that a bad thing?
No. It's just, got to, it may be more difficult to book guests if you tell them you got to read a chapter of a book before you show up.
Yeah, that's true. Or they just talk about it from that perspective
Yeah, maybe.
of what it is, that they think.
It's
We'll
an
see.
interesting idea. So
It is. All right, so be on the lookout for that. That may happen sooner rather than later. We'll see how that all pans out. But we're still here. We'll be consistently showing up for you. I'm glad we made it to 100. We can get syndicated now.
hey, all right.
So all of you people who are looking to, buy our syndicated show, please do. You are more than welcome to reach out to us and let us know, hey, we're interested in this. But we're here, and we're going to continue to be here. Like I said, next month we'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary of doing this.
Okay. Yeah. And unlike Seinfeld, we're not a show about nothing.
No,
So, that's a good thing.
there actually is something here.
Yeah, there's something here. There's a point to it.
Yeah. And so that's what we're doing. On a side note, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. This is one of last week we talked about Valentine's week,
Mhm.
and this is one of the gifts that I got this year for Valentine's weeks. So happy Valentine's Day. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget. Get that special someone something, whether it's a card or a trinket or something like that. You can get a cute little gnome. She's cute, isn't she? Get something. Doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. Flowers are expensive.
Flowers are expensive this year.
Although Walmart has tulips right now.
Do they?
Yes.
What do tulips look like?
The sad part is we have tulips that grow in the back part of our house every single year.
Really?
Really.
I don't know the difference. It's flowers is flowers.
Yeah. They're from bulbs.
Okay.
The ones that grow here are the pinkish red ones.
I'm a guy's guy. Flowers is flowers.
Nope. If that were the case, then why do you keep buying roses?
Because I know what those are. So those aren't flowers. They're expensive.
Yeah. So Walmart has tulips, and they're in they're in a pot, so that way you can plant them outside. Yay.
Okay.
And that way they'll come back year after year and remind that special person of how much you love them.
Oh, okay.
See how that works?
I guess.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so go out there, celebrate this wonderful day of love, and be consistent in your actions, right?
Sounds good to me.
Sound good to you? All right. All right. We will see you next week. Next week, Tracy Root is going to be joining us. She is one of our California girls. She's going to be from, I want to say Tracy's there in the San Francisco area. But she runs the Gather community. So next week we'll see and hear from Tracy.
All right. Sounds good.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
All right, everybody on Facebook land and LinkedIn land and YouTube world, if you want to get a hold of us, how can they get a hold of us?
Through our website, teagueofyourown.com.
Teagueofyourown.com. You can get a hold of us.
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
Facebook.
And drop us a line.
Yeah.
Give us a call. We are here for you. We actually look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
Put some
Go to our
comments in there.
website. We got phone number and everything on there.
Yeah. Put some comments in some of these videos. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's any topics you want to hear about in the future. If you have any guests that you can think of, or better yet, if you would like to be a guest, because we know there are people out there who would like to be on our show, because I keep hearing from them.
We're good.
Which amazes me yet again, that you're just like, heck yeah, I'd love to be on that show.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. Reach out to us, guys. Reach out to us. I keep having a whole lot of women
Yes,
saying,
all
I
women,
want to be
yeah.
on your show. He would like for once another guy, a dude to be able to talk to every now and then. So if you're out there and you're hearing this, please, reach out to us.
Okay. Yeah.
We'd love to have you on the show too. Okay. All right. Facebook land and LinkedIn land and YouTube world. We will see you next week.